A family-owned fishing company challenges unconstitutional Fishery Management Council. This is from Pacific Legal, and it was published on the 4th of September, 2024. James and Dominic have worked in the commercial fishing industry most of their lives. James, the older brother, has more than 30 years of experience under his belt. During the pandemic, the brothers moved to Sarasota, Florida, and opened FFC Seafood to make the most of the business-friendly climate the state offered. While the brothers catch many different types of fish, their most profitable all is gag grouper, a fish popular with high-end restaurants for its sweet flavor. However, just when their new fishing enterprise was thriving, the Gulf of Mexico Fishery Management Council passed Amendment 56. Slashing the number of gag grouper the commercial fishermen can legally catch by over 80%. Not only did that drastically lower the catch limit, but they also shifted their allocation between commercial and recreational fishermen, further cutting into their bottom line. Now they must catch more fish of other species to make up for the loss, spending more time at sea. Time is money, and the new catch limit could easily bankrupt the brothers' business. Despite the significant impact that the new catch limit has on their business, the brothers have little recourse. That's because the rule was not passed by the city of Sarasota, the state of Florida, or even Congress. Instead, it was signed by low-level federal employees at the discretion of unelected federal bureaucrats who control fishing for the entire region. The Gulf of Mexico Fishery Management Council is a collection of unelected federal officials who plan fishing activities for the region. They solely determine that there is a shortage of gag grouper, and the commercial fishing activity must be curtailed. But these council member rules aren't just out of touch, they're unconstitutional. The Constitution's appointment clause requires the President and the Senate to appoint federal officials to ensure they remain accountable to the people's elected representatives. The appointment clause is supposed to prevent unelected bureaucrats like the Fishery Management Council from enacting rules that individuals are powerless to challenge. Rules like the gag grouper restriction that have major impact on their lives and well-being. To make matters worse, the Fishery Council members are almost impossible to fire, yet they wield enormous power over the industry. This complicated structure of bureaucracy shields decision makers from accountability, empowering them to create rules without considering the economic impact or feeling their consequences. Now James and Dominic are fighting back. They have teamed up with Pacific Legal Foundation and filed a lawsuit against the Council's unconstitutional restriction on their American dream and their ability to provide for their livelihoods. They join other lawsuits filed against the Fishery Council up and down the East Coast, all fighting back against the harmful intrusions into privately owned businesses. It is not the role of the unelected bureaucrats to create rules. That power lies with elected officials who represent the individuals who elected them. James and Dominic are fighting to protect their business and ensure that the Fishery Council follows the Constitution's appointment clause. This is a bad situation, that's for sure. The fact that these decisions are being made by people that are not elected and probably don't know anything about the fishery, that's not uncommon. I don't know about the elected part, but if you talk to any fishermen around the world, most would say their fishery is being controlled by people that don't know anything about the fishery. It's a problem everywhere.